Hello YouTube, my name is Agent Omega, and I do things. Today we're back with some more Nature's Beauty. Before we begin, I kind of want to just talk about what happened during the past week. I had a major spoon moment. I had, uploaded Nature's Beauty episode 6 on Sunday, I think? Yes, and basically what happened is a day or two later, I got a comment that said, if you have the antique atlas in your hotbar, then the let's kill this guy real quick. All right? Yeah. Where are you? There you are. Anyway, so it basically said that if you have the antique atlas in your hotbar, then you should have the overlay in the upper right-hand corner or wherever you put it. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be working, so for now I have just had to put it in one of my hands, and that's not really a bad thing. If there's something I've overlooked, then feel free to go ahead and let me know in the comment section just now. But basically, so I saw that I had the comment in my notifications, and I wanted to reply and just say, oh, I've tried that, but please let me know if there's something I've overlooked. And it wasn't updating because I was just taking a look on my phone app, and my phone's been just kind of funky with caching lately. So because it was early in the morning and it was also incredibly hot. It was like the hottest day of the year so far around here, and basically I was just really out of it, and I thought to myself, okay, well, if I click the delete video button, that's like the local cache, right? Like maybe it's just some downloaded version on my phone, right? Wrong. It was all of the versions on, YouTube. So that morning I realized what I did. I panicked. I still had the video file, so of course I uploaded it, and it's back in all of its glory. If you haven't seen episode 6 just yet, I would go ahead and recommend watching that. But other than that, let's crack on with the actual contents of this episode. So you can see that I've gone ahead, I've made an iron chisel. I've also made a couple of beds. One is going to be for the temporary hut shelter thing down that way, and another one is going to be for over that way. And I've only got 2 for the moment, just because I don't know where I'm going to put the next waypoints, and I also still don't have a backpack because I haven't been lucky enough to get leather. You can also see that towards the end of last episode I made a clock, and you can see that even though we don't have the time in Journey Map, we do now have the time via the clock, and it is so nice as to give us, the day as well, and the session time. So I think that'll help me keep it brief, and or more interesting. Like if I'm dragging on too long, I now have a metric to tell me that. So we've got this, we've got that. Once I locate my chisels and bits bag, I might end up making another one of those if necessary, but once I locate it, basically my goal is to make like really simple, small shelters, maybe like 4x4 tops, maybe 6x6, nothing really big, but I just want to make some really small, really rudimentary sort of lean-to style shelters. And I guess while we're here, let's also take a look at what olive wood looks like. I really like the interior color. Let's see how the wood looks. Oh yeah, that's really nice. That's a really nice, rich, it's kind of like a very light brown. Either light brown or like sort of a really subdued orange. It's just really warm and subtle, I think. So we're definitely going to be using some of that in some of our builds at some point, but it is not this point. So I'll probably return the olive wood there, and I just sort of intend to use local resources over there and over there. So without belaboring the point further, I think I'm going to go ahead, sleep, take care of the southernmost shelter, and then when we're back on camera, I'll go over to the northernmost shelter, and we'll see how that's coming along. So catch you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, we are back. We are down actually at the southernmost point, and I know I said that I would pop back when we were back up by the north, because I kind of just figured that after building my little sheltery thing, I would go ahead and continue exploring up in that direction because it was, frankly, very interesting. Well, I put in, about an hour of time, maybe a little bit longer, on this little sheltery thing, so I wanted to show you just sort of the concept I came up with. Now, I want you to keep in mind that I've been using materials from the surrounding regions, so, we've got some birch in there. I spotted some ironwood on the way over, so I grabbed some of that. And then I also ended up using some clay. I was originally thinking about using some oak wood for the top of the roof that you're about to see, but due to something that I hadn't yet discovered, I kind of gave up and thought it wasn't terribly feasible. So with that, this is the wee little lean-to shelter type thing that I made. I really like the ironwood door. I definitely want to be using that in future builds. I don't think it'll work with villagers because, villagers only really use vanilla doors due to pathfinding algorithm issues, I think. So you can see we've got the ironwood pillars. I used a little bit of birch for siding, and the reason I went with the half is because I didn't think just like a thin strip of birch would do it, especially since, the ironwood blocks are curved. Now, one of the things that I discovered is if you make this wooden wrench from chisels and bits and you right-click on a block, you can change the orientation, but in the case of wood, you can also change it back into its square form. So that might be rather important for some of you guys. Now, in the meantime, we're just going to chuck that back the way it is. You can also theoretically rotate these blocks too. And then up here for the roof, I just used some clay, and I thought it kind of looked like a corrugated roofing type thing. I didn't actually do any corrugations because, I am still a novice at chisels and bits, and I didn't want this thing to take forever because it is just a temporary little shelter-y thing. So that is, sort of the exterior. Now, if we come take a look on the inside, we've got a chest, we've got a crafting table, and we've got our bed. I originally wanted to put something like lighting down under here, and of course, because we can't exactly put a crafting table on top of a chest or else the chest won't open, that's kind of why it's just sat here as it is right now. You can see that because these chiseled and bits blocks are transparent blocks for the purposes of opening chests, we can actually still open it even in these tight confines. So that is basically the sort of idea that I had in mind, just sort of close to a wall like this, maybe even built into the side of a mountain. I think up north that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to hollow a little bit of a hole into a side of the mountain, and then I'm just going to make some front stuff, and then maybe just a little bit of this sort of roof style. Now, one really important thing that I discovered is that the direction, or rather, if you want to have a specific face of a wood block to be showing, like let's say I want the bark facing up or something like that, you actually have to put down the block in either a north-south or east-west direction before you chisel it, because you can see that this oak wood north-south is very different from this oak wood up-down. So that is just something I learned while dealing with the mod. So in future, if you do want to do a roof something like this and you want to have like all the bark in one direction, then make sure you place the oak, the wood block down in the direction you want it to be. Similarly, if I take out one of these oak blocks and then put it here and rotate it, we can get this all-around bark form. And you've seen that in some of the weird-shaped trees that I've come across before. So that's just one way that you can get it, and I imagine that this would also be very good for roofing purposes. Now, just for an experiment... Aha! See, this is really interesting. If you take a look at it, it says pretty axis none. So that means that whoever, modded this to have this particular texture prior to 1.13, They didn't really give it a pretty name, but that is okay because now, look, we can use chisels and bits without worrying about any particular facing. So, it's just about nighttime. I am going to sleep, and then we're going to venture up north, build the second shelter over there, and we will be back, hopefully, when I've started to do a little bit more exploring. So, I will be back shortly. Hey guys, we are back. So now we're up in the Extreme Hills region that we discovered last time around. I went just a little bit further north than we've seen before, and as you can see, we've got cows. I think I saw some sort of a fainting goat earlier. But this is the little shelter that I built over here, and it involves some chisels and bits, but a lot less, just to keep it kind of simple. I used a little bit of chisels and bits here just to make it look like I used some spruce wood bark sort of siding. As you can see, we're using a mixture of Murray pine and spruce, and on the inside here we've got a little bit of oak wood. I wanted to use the doors as walls as well, just so that we can, you know, have entrances on both sides. Not that it really matters all that much. And then I also did some chisels and bits back here, just because I really liked the look of that sort of blue slate. And I think it looks really nice. I probably could have cleaned this up just a little bit more, like maybe add an extra layer of, you know, either Murray pine or just some sort of edging around here. But of course, you know, because we have the bed down here, it wouldn't be entirely feasible. But that's that. We have both of those shelters made, and that means that we're going to be able to explore far longer distances to the north and south. And just relative to camp, you know, you can kind of see that we've got our swamp over here, we've got the mining area over here, and we've got the spruce stuff over here. And so I'm not really sure which direction I'm going to go next. I had a good feeling last time about west, so I might do that. I might just keep going north. Basically, I kind of intend to spread radially from here. And I'm not sure that this really is 10 minutes away from here, especially when you can see that we've gotten all the way over here for this base, and we only made it this far for this base. So I feel like either there are terrain difficulties we didn't take into account, or I didn't go out quite as far as I could have for this one. So maybe I need to reevaluate how I'm placing these little rest areas. But in the meantime, I'm going to go exploring, and hopefully I find something interesting. So I will catch you in the next bit, and it will either be something really exciting, or potentially just back at the base, you know, doing a recap. One more thing is that sort of down south as well as up here, I encountered different varieties of plants that I want to get around to. But as you saw, our farm is already pretty chock full with stuff. So I'm planning on making just small little farms, maybe like right around here. I mean, we have the cows, it fits. And same thing down south, you know, where we had all those pineapples and such. So that is going to cover it for sort of crop variations, and I've also been picking up saplings. I know for a fact that we don't have spruce saplings down by the swampland base, so I'll be bringing those back. I did see this purple slate over here, and I considered mixing it into this current shelter, but I didn't because it didn't really fit in all that well with the blue slate and all that whatnot. So that is about it for this segment, and I will catch you in a little bit. Hey guys, we are back. I was exploring along to the north, actually, because I saw that there was this plains biome going on over here, and I noticed all of this fire, and you can see that we've got some obsidian, and we've got some soul sand and lava and flames, and well, you can see iron dotted about, and there's like stone and stuff. So I think this is supposed to be like a larger meteor impact or whatever. So I'm definitely going to come back here when I can mine this, but I don't have a diamond pickaxe just yet. So we are going to jot this down real quick. And then I also noticed that we have a roofed forest over here. Roofed forest. And you can see that it has dark oak. And I think that's like the last wood type that we were missing saplings for. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this as well. And I'm just going to put it like sort of over here. Well, there isn't really anything there, so I'll just say, like, actually, you know what? We'll do this instead. Roofed forest. Yeah, I don't know why I picked that one. I just thought it made more sense for, like, a full biome marker. And then last but not least, I noticed a strange structure over in this distance. So we're going to go ahead and check that out. It appeared as though it was made just from a distant spot check. It looked like, yeah, you can see it there. It's made out of a bunch of like bricks and stairs and stuff. So I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to find something kind of interesting here. And that is why I decided we'd pop back. Between the meteor and this thing, you know, maybe we have something to look at. This is probably what, just a graveyard? Ooh, is that a mausoleum? It's a mausoleum. Oh, it's got a redstone torch. I don't know if this is a trapped chest or not. I don't think it is, because I'm reasonably sure the one probe would tell us that. So, first off, just in case I die, I'm going to mark this place down. We'll put this here, and we'll call this graveyard. And now, I'm reasonably sure I'm not about to explode, but if I am, well, we have the gravestone. Oh, thank God. Okay. Huh. Alright, so we've got an original book, we've got some rotten flesh, which could be okay. Cobwebs are really nice. Unbreaking 2. Okay. And, what do I want to get rid of? Chili pepper seeds, I do want. March lily, that looks kind of pretty. What do I want to get rid of here? You know what, we can get rid of this hammer, because it's just a wood hammer. We can make it really easily back at the base. I think same thing with the shovel, because we're not going to be doing mass amounts of mining. I'll also take this chiseled bit bag and shove the little bit of spruce we have into there. Okay, so we have that. Oh, hello. Alright, nothing happened, so just based upon my rudimentary knowledge of redstone, I would say it's probably safe to break all that stuff. Not dead yet. Still not dead. You know what, just because I feel like it might be disrespecting the dead or something like that, I'll just go ahead and put this back. I will make a note that if I feel like looting this place, I might come back here later, but I do like trying to preserve the natural state of things, if possible. Ooh, look, you've got rams over there, you've got this ravine thing. Is that marble? Ooh, that's marble, that's really nice. Now, I know that clearly Astral Sorcery isn't in this mod, but marble, I love marble. If there's a mod block that I love just as much as using quartz, it'll be marble. So we'll go ahead and jot this down too. Only this will be here, and it'll be one of these. Ravine marble. And the sun is going down, so we are going to have to head back to our little sheltery thing. So I think this is probably about enough time for this episode. I think for the next few episodes we're just going to be exploring. Like, I don't think we really want... Whoa, 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 hold on, what was that? Had a plant! Huh. Gonna mark this down, too. Hopefully I don't die anytime soon, but, plant. That would be really interesting for, like, a parkour course or a maze or something like that, so I really should figure out how to grow those if possible. Ooh, robin egg. That's really pretty. I want to hold on to that as long as I can. So, like I was saying, I think the next couple of episodes will be purely exploring related, and I'm sincerely hoping that I don't explode on the way back to the shelter. It's just right over this hill. And once again, we are still looking for the desert, or like a really substantial beach, but I don't think there are any super mega large beach type things, so it's pretty much just desert or bust. And get rid of this guy real quick. Ooh, safe. And so once we do find that desert, I am going to start working on my mega base. We have a ton of crops. We have a goodly amount of resources. What we are still missing is stuff like diamonds. So maybe I'll take a break from the exploring next episode if you guys want. I'll go searching for diamonds instead. And once we have that, we'll make... there's like an axe that can chop down trees in one swing. Obviously, you know, once we get the pickaxe, we can go back here and mine out some of that obsidian. Normally, I do like preserving the natural state of things, but obsidian is just one resource that we can't really ignore. It's not like the gravestone where we can eventually make, you know, like stone bricks and potentially mossy bricks and all that whatnot. So that is pretty much it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you have any comments about, you know, either the Antique Atlas, because clearly we've still got it in our offhand, and, yeah, we can't make it display. So if you have any comments about that, what your preference is between exploring and mining next episode, feel free to leave that in the comments section. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, please click that subscribe button and click the notifications bell if you want to be notified. And with that, I will catch you on the flip side. Thanks for watching.